My brother and sister, some people call it tradition, others call it respect. But what if the behaviors you've been taught to tolerate are actually toxic, even abusive? Stay with me, because these truths might finally free you from the pain you've been carrying for years. Constant disrespect slowly destroys a person from the inside. When someone, even a family member, repeatedly belittles you, mocks your feelings, or talks down to you, it chips away at your confidence and your sense of identity. Disrespect is not just harsh words, it is a pattern of behavior meant to make you feel inferior, powerless, or unworthy. Over time, you begin to doubt yourself, question your value, and accept treatment you never should have tolerated. Family relationships are important, but they do not give anyone the right to crush your dignity. Respect is a basic human need. When someone constantly criticizes your choices, makes fun of your dreams, or attacks your personality, they are not being honest, they are being toxic. And toxic behavior, no matter who it comes from, is harmful to your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Constant disrespect also creates an environment of fear and tension. You find yourself walking on eggshells, trying to avoid another insult or comment. This is not love, and it is not healthy. You deserve relationships where you are spoken to with kindness, where your feelings matter, and where your presence is valued. Setting boundaries is not disrespectful, it is necessary. Protecting your self-worth is a responsibility, and refusing to accept constant disrespect is the first step toward healing and reclaiming your strength. Manipulation is one of the most dangerous forms of toxicity because it hides behind guilt, love, and obligation, especially within families. When someone manipulates you, they are not communicating, they are controlling. They twist your words, exaggerate your mistakes, or use your kindness against you to get what they want. Over time, you stop trusting your own feelings and start relying on their approval, which is exactly what a manipulator wants. Family manipulators often do this subtly. They say, if you loved us, you would do this. Or, after everything I've done for you, you can't even do this one thing. These statements are not love. They are emotional traps designed to pressure you into choices that benefit them, not you. Manipulation makes you feel guilty for setting boundaries and ashamed for wanting space. It creates emotional confusion, leaving you drained, anxious, and unable to make decisions without second-guessing yourself. You may even start thinking that their behavior is normal simply because it comes from family. But remember, love does not demand your freedom, respect does not require fear, and real family does not manipulate your emotions to control your life. Recognizing manipulation is the first step. Refusing to tolerate it is the next. Your emotions, your choices, and your peace matter, and protecting them is not selfish. It is necessary for your mental and spiritual well-being. When someone repeatedly ignores your boundaries, they are telling you, through their actions, that your comfort, your privacy, and your needs do not matter to them. Boundaries are not walls. They are healthy limits that protect your emotional and mental well-being. But toxic family members often cross those limits without hesitation. They enter your room without knocking, involve themselves in your decisions without permission, comment on your personal life, or force responsibilities on you that drain your energy. At first, you may tolerate it out of respect or fear of conflict, but over time, constant boundary violations damage your sense of control over your own life. You begin to feel overwhelmed, suffocated, and disrespected. You may even start believing that you don't deserve privacy or autonomy, which is exactly the emotional trap unhealthy people create. A healthy family understands no. They respect space, time, and emotional limits. But toxic people take your boundaries as a challenge, not a guideline. They guilt trip you, accuse you of being too sensitive, or twist the situation to make you feel wrong for protecting yourself. Remember, having boundaries is not disrespectful. It is a form of self-respect. And enforcing them repeatedly is not selfish. It is necessary. You are allowed to protect your peace, even from those who feel entitled to your life. Boundaries are not a threat to relationships. Ignoring them is. Emotional neglect is one of the most painful forms of toxicity because it is quiet, invisible, and often ignored, especially when it comes from family. It is not about what someone does, but what they consistently fail to do. When your feelings are dismissed, your struggles are ignored, and your needs are never acknowledged, it creates a deep emptiness inside you. You start giving and giving, hoping they will eventually notice your effort, but all you receive in return is silence, indifference, or criticism. This kind of neglect leaves you emotionally drained. You feel alone even in a house full of people. You doubt your worth because the people who should support you make you feel invisible. You suppress your emotions because you've learned that expressing them leads nowhere. Over time, you begin to believe that your needs are a burden, that you should just deal with it. But no one should feel this way, not even within family. Healthy love involves listening, caring, and showing up. Toxic neglect, however, teaches you to over-perfection, to carry emotional weight that was never meant for you. It exhausts your mind and weakens your heart. Recognizing emotional neglect is essential. Your feelings are real, your needs matter, and you deserve relationships where you are valued, not drained. Protecting yourself from emotional neglect is not betrayal, it is healing. Abuse hidden behind tradition or respect is one of the most dangerous forms of toxicity because it disguises harm as culture, obedience, or family duty. Many people grow up hearing phrases like, "This is how we do things," or "You must stay silent out of respect," even when the behavior is clearly abusive. Whether it's verbal humiliation, physical punishment, emotional manipulation, or forced decisions, none of it becomes acceptable simply because an elder or family member commands it. True respect is earned through kindness and fairness, not fear. But toxic people often use cultural expectations to silence you. They expect you to tolerate mistreatment simply because they are older or because family comes first. This mindset traps many individuals in cycles of pain, guilt, and confusion. You're taught that speaking up is disrespectful, when in reality, allowing abuse to continue is damaging to your soul, your mental health, and your relationship with Allah. Islam does not tolerate injustice, cruelty, or oppression, not from strangers and not from family. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught compassion, gentleness, and fairness. Anything that contradicts this cannot be justified with culture or tradition. Recognizing abuse behind the mask of tradition is essential. Protecting yourself is not disrespect. Setting boundaries is not rebellion. It is your right and sometimes your responsibility to break harmful cycles and choose emotional safety over cultural pressure.